So it's a high-octane clash for the state of Telangana. 17 seats. Last time the BRS got a bulk of those, 9. 3 to the Congress, 4 to the BJP and 1 MIM. This time around, how may that equation change? Joining us now is the veteran sitting parliamentarian of the city of Hyderabad, Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. First things first, this election campaign seems to be dominated by issues that don't seem really to matter to people, about minority quota and Mangal Sutra and so on and so forth. Are these issues that are having resonance in your constituency, in your state?
Well, all these things have been uttered by the Prime Minister of our country and by Mr. Amit Shah, followed by the BJP leaders, because they are not talking about Chandrayaan 3 anymore. They're not talking about 5 trillion economy. They're not talking about permanent seat in Security Council, Vikshit Bharat, Loki's policy. So everything is out of the, has been thrown out, and they have come back on the original agenda. That is to criminalize, create hatred for Muslims, make Muslims as the monster, and try to get as many votes as they can.
But their contention is that, particularly in Telangana and in Karnataka, some of the quota, SC, ST, OBC quota has been taken away and given to Muslims.
As far as Andhra Pradesh and Telangana is concerned, the reservation is being given to the caste among the Muslims. It's not given on the basis of religion. And this report was made by eminent anthropologist called Mr. Late P.S. Krishnan, who was very much instrumental in the Mandal Commission report. And the Supreme Court had given a stay on it. So number one, it is not being given on the basis of religion. Secondly, it is not being given by snatching someone else's right or their share. It's given under category E. So BJP wants to create this atmosphere of communal hatred, and to show Muslims as a bigger problem for this country, and thereby they feel that they can mobilize majority community votes, but that is not going to happen in Telangana as such.
But on the other side, Rahul Gandhi is saying wealth redistribution, जिसका 50% का आबादी होगा, उनका मतलब उनको दे देंगे, कहीं से छीन लेंगे, उनको दे देंगे. I mean, is this good for the country where you're talking about wealth redistribution?
I cannot speak for any Congress party leader. It is for the Congress party, and I'm sure they have more people to answer a question. But what I know is that there's Article 39 of the Constitution of India, which talks about redistribution of nation's wealth, 39A, B and C. Unfortunately, Mr. Modi has forgotten Article 39A. What I also know is that 1% of the country has 40% of nation's wealth. 5% have 60% of nation's wealth. Is that good for our country? And the country has to decide now.
Now, talking about Telangana specifically, last time, like I said in my opening intro, that BRS had the bulk of the MPs. They had 9 MPs. Congress had 3, BJP had 4. This time, the reading seems to be that BRS has no skin in the game. Therefore, their vote will collapse. Many of those BRS voters will vote for the BJP. As a result, BJP may increase its tally in your state.
See, I'm busy in my constituency campaigning over here, and in Kishanganj, I went to Bihar, in Aurangabad. I came back yesterday. Our party has taken a stand that vote for MIM candidate in Hyderabad, and the remaining 16 Lok Sabha seats, please defeat BJP. That is what our stand is. Last time in the assembly election, we had openly supported BRS. This time around, we are not supporting any political party.
Why is that? Why have you changed that stand?
That is our strategy. And so we hope that people would defeat BJP in the remaining 16 parliament segments of Telangana. And our party cadre also are working on the ground to defeat the BJP.
No, let me ask you that, because the Congress is saying India Alliance does not want you. You're not part of the India Alliance. Then why are you saying that vote for whoever, including Congress, to defeat the BJP?
The question is that if they don't want us, I cannot, my life is not going to end. My world is not going to finish. The skies are not going to fall on me. Who cares? But I have to run my party. The nation's interest is also very important to me. And I also people have realized that in last 10 years, what Mr. Narendra Modi's government has done, whether it is mob lynching, whether it is hate speeches in the form of Dharam Sansads, laws which are being passed on the basis of religion, CAA, Triple Talaq, which has become a huge problem for Muslim women, and the future BJP can change the constitution or remove the constitution. They can repeal the Places of Worship Act. So they can even repeal the Central Waqf Act. All these things are in front of us. And accordingly, we have to, take a decision to ensure that BJP is defeated.
No, so it is your view, it is your message to your cadre and your voters that, let's say in constituency A, Congress candidate is best placed to defeat the BJP candidate, then vote for Congress candidate.
See, do not underestimate the wisdom of a common voter. He might be poor, he might not be as educated as you are, but when it comes to exercise right to vote, he knows how to and when to defeat BJP. Let us leave it to the wisdom of that voter. You are trying to put an example in front of me and trying to make me answer what you want, but I will not do that. Let us leave it. Let us leave it to the wisdom of the people, and be rest assured that the vote will go against BJP.
One other thing, and you referred to this in the earlier part of the conversation as well, that Prime Minister has been polarizing the rhetoric. It's also people who have come here from other states of the BJP. Yesterday, I believe an independent MP who's joined the BJP came here and said to your brother, by taking his name specifically, that 15 second de do, dikha denge kaun hai aur kaun nahi hai.
So I'm telling you on record, Mr. Modi is the Prime Minister. You are in power in so many states. You have all the resources at your hand. Let the Prime Minister give them 1 hour. Whatever they want to do it, please do it. You want to make us like Jews in Germany, please do it. You want to take us to gas chambers, please do it. You want to put us in prison, please do it. But tell us the place and time, we'll come. I'll tell all the people to join, we'll come, and you want 1 hour, we'll stand, do it, whatever you want. Why 15 seconds? We'll give you 1 hour. But at least tell the time and place will come.
No, but this rhetoric does not worry you?
No. See, I am telling them, you want to do it, now please tell us the time and the place will come. I'll come. I'll come with my family, if not with the people. Do it.
No, but this rhetoric does not worry you.
No. If it satisfies their sadistic, if it gives them sadistic pleasure, okay, do it. We are willing to die. What is it that you want to do? Why 15 seconds? Take 1 hour, 15 hours. Where is this Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas? What is the Election Commission of India doing? What is the local police doing? Nothing is happening. I mean, where is the model code of conduct? There's now a Modi code of conduct under which everyone can say whatever nonsense they want. But I'm willing, please take.
No, you want action to be taken against this MP.
You see, right now when we are speaking, the country is being run by Election Commission of India.
Yes.
Everything is under their control.
Correct.
They are even minutely watching whatever I'm speaking to you. Now, if someone utters in this way, this language is used, I hope the ECI would react. I don't know. But if the leader says this thing, I want them to tell the Prime Minister, let the Prime Minister say, we will take 1 hour. Okay, take it. Maybe this will be the Kristallnath movement of India. We don't know.
Okay, I'll come to the last couple of questions. I'll come back to your constituency. The opponent that the BJP has fielded against you seems to be drawing a lot of social media traction, fan following. You think this will convert into votes, that your victory might be threatened, your margin might be threatened?
You see, we have fought with BJP in last 40 years. Alhamdulillah, we have always won. Inshallah, this time also we'll win with the huge big majority. People forget that Mr. Venkaiah Naidu had fought against us in 1996. People forget that tall BJP leaders have fought against MIM. There was a Deputy Mayor Subhash Chandraji, very important leader. And Mr. Bhagwan Rao, a very important RSS leader of this organization. So, and in democracy, how can a contestant pick and choose who's going to fight against him? Good luck. Come and fight. What we have done, our work is there. People have seen this is an election after COVID in Hyderabad, and the whole world was engulfed with this virus. It is our party cadre who were going inside containment zones, providing them beds, providing them food kits, medicines. Many of our party members got ill not once, twice. Many of them even died. It was our party people who ensured that the funeral rites according to the religion was done, whether for Hindus or Muslims. So, and then the development work which we have done, our performance in the parliament, our performance as a parliamentarian outside the parliament is there for everyone to see.
No, but specifically she says you or your party have not done anything for Muslim women. How do you counter that?
Well, see, if someone is not able to think, not able to read, I don't have a cure for that. There are 10,000 boys and girls, I think so 10,000 girls studying in the Telangana Minority Residential School free of cost in my constituency of Hyderabad, from class 6 to class 12 junior college. I have, with my MP funds, I have built a very fantastic, big, huge women junior degree college campus in a place called Golconda, in a place called Hussaini Alam. And my younger brother Akbaruddin Owaisi had built a huge women's junior degree college campus in a place called Falaknuma. Please go and see that. We are running through our trust many of these women centers where we give them skill training for 1 month. They're taught over there. From 2005 onwards, we are supporting every year 18,000 students, girls and boys are studying in government Urdu medium schools of Hyderabad and Telangana. Which hospital was blacklisted in COVID time? My hospital or this BJP candidate hospital for fleecing poor people? So there is, if one does not want to see, I cannot help it.
One final word, Mr. Owaisi. You are a 1 MP party.
2 MP, Imtiaz Jalil.
Okay, 2 MP party. Beyond Hyderabad and one or two of these pockets, what is the future of your party?
Future is good. I'm an eternal optimist. I'm working hard. We have won more than 100 municipal corporators in Uttar Pradesh. We have 7 municipal chairmen in Uttar Pradesh. We won 5 MLAs, but this secular parties purchased them in Bihar. We have 2 MLAs in Maharashtra. We have huge presence in municipal presence in form of corporators in Madhya Pradesh, in some places in Karnataka. Delhi, yes, our organization is working hard. So future is bright. We'll keep on working hard.
Okay, there you have it. That's the sitting Member of Parliament of Hyderabad, Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi, confident of his victory and also challenging the kind of polarizing rhetoric that we have seen in this campaign trail so far. In Hyderabad with camera person Vikas Rawat, this is Zaka Jacob for CNN News 18.